Okay, so I just got back from the appointment that I had to go to handle something. Okay, so it is 12:46, September 26th, Friday, 2025. I'm about to go to the theater. I'm at home right now. I'm about to go to the theater. All right, it's 12:55. I'm in the Kroger parking lot. I'm about to walk over to the theater, but it is across the street. So I am here in the parking lot. It is 1:02. It's gonna take me a second to walk up to it. Let me see if I can turn the camera around so you can see it. Oh no, you can't. It's not gonna let me. So this is the old Dollar Theater. It's right there. On my bad. I'm not gonna edit the video. Um, I'm on my way up to it now. So pause. So okay, so I wanted to get a close up of the Dollar Theater before I go in it. Now, the first time I went to the Dollar Theater, I'm about to walk up to it. The first time I went to the Dollar Theater, I was just a baby. I think the first movie that I ever saw here was Toy Story. Um, Now, as far as I know, no one has done anything with it. On the left hand side, when you first enter into it, they used to have like karaoke. I wasn't here around that time. I was somewhere else. Oh no, they are actually putting something here. Hold on, let's see, because just a month ago they had a for sale sign. But so I was saying that I was getting projections about this place that it would be shutting down back when I was a little girl. And then they were telling me that they wanted something for the youth here, for the kids. Retro Republic Studios coming soon. I don't know what that is. So they said that they wanted stuff for the youth here. Now it's been an ice cream shop used to be right here as well too. Now both of the places that I was saying, they've come and they've gone over the years. So let me explain me. When you see me, when you say, oh, face value, or who are you, when I see you, when I walk up to you physical to physical, I have been doing community work since I was a little girl. Now, have I been doing it as much as I like to? No. Now, again, there is no reason to toy with people. I feel like when they are used to dealing with high vibrations, again, trying to speak through as clearly, uh, not clearly, as direct as possible. When you talk about how you deal with things and how you deal with different people, and so dance was one of the things, music was one of the things. And again, people are so selfish. They try to find different ways to steal from each other. They try to find different ways to lie to each other, cheat each other, or undercut each other. But when all of the adults keep going in this back and forth with wanting to compete with one another, bash on each other, lie to each other. And again, I said it in the previous video, if you don't even have any self-correction, reflection skills, you don't hold yourself accountable before you make the mistake, or clean or fix up truly without strings attached after you've made the mistake, then what is that going to do for the children? It's going to make things worse. You get what I'm saying? And so, again, teaching people communication skills. That was one of the things. How to treat each other. That was one of the things that we used to do within the youth groups, on both sides of my family. Not just the one. And so I kept seeing the visions of me doing this. Now, again, no one is telling you to stop good works in the community if that's what you're truly doing, for the ones that are truly trying to. Because again, to say that, oh, well, you are going through something that is beyond you, do it all have to be bad? No. But should you automatically just trust in it because you're comfortable? No, they don't mean that. But how do we move forward? Because again, where you might not want to use and abuse it, if others are, why are their reasons for trying to? And then sometimes just in admitting that there's no reasons, there's no justifications for it. It's just, what is it that you're seeking? What is it that you think that you need, that needs to be had? And again, without cutting off the fact that you feel like you have to be brutal to get to that point, to get it, or throw people under the bus and have it negatively affect them to get it. And so um you know it was just to say physically, if I got it, um and it don't have to be this location. That's the thing. I'm not about to bash somebody and get attached to a location when I can do this at another location. Again, classes, um, let's see, just a whole bunch of different little suggestions from the kids as to what they would like to see in the with the true kids. Not somebody that is infiltrating. You get what I'm saying? And so a lot of these things get taken away and catered to the adults, but if you keep taking away stuff for the community, for the kids, it's like how we used to go to underground when we were kids, but now you can't go there anymore. It's basically a scene that's made for adults, not children. um, but I mean, like I said, I've lived all over Georgia. It's like hardly any places that are for the kids of all ages, and it can be safe, secure, free. You keep complaining that you don't want them to get in trouble, you don't want them to get anything, but again, real good people, proven in and out, through and through, all the way around, proven to be good people, you bash them or harm them, lie on them, or block them when they are perfect for the job. Perfect for the job. So something that I was talking with other individuals about right before I came here was, we don't like talking about it, but like, what are the safety precautions that are taken for the children when there are harsh things that happen? They talk about when people do like harmful acts aimed at the schools. They said, you know, do a teacher quit their job after they have had to maneuver to, you know, protect the children? Now, everyone obviously needs therapy, from the teacher to the children. That's obvious. No one needs to use and abuse therapy. Um, but also, too, when you see me physical to physical, I am in the position of the teacher. Now, again, whether or not I take that up or detach from it, because so many people are trying so hard to be so negative, I, I, I have no doubt that I have no problem with detaching for the good of other individuals. But there's a difference between detaching for the good of other individuals and detaching because someone is lying, because someone's being selfish. Because you get what I'm saying? So, again, when you say what goals and dreams or goal sets or what activities have you been able, that is where everything started. You get what I'm saying? Not only there, like not only inwardly, not only on the surface. And again, one thing that I was taught by my mom growing up is you have to be careful what governs you. Because if you're not governed by God, you're governed by something. But the notation of what is God governing dominion, what is it? So again, we do little games and stuff in school, but when you talk about doing games, you want them to be completely safe, especially when you talk about the children or people who have children. And again, just because people have had children under bad circumstances, because when y'all talk about starting fights or starting wars, those are bad circumstances. But just because someone went through something hectic That doesn't necessarily make them a bad person. You get what I'm saying? But you're not even giving them the chance to prove themselves. And so, um, when you say, hold on, pause. Um, so when you say you want to do better, you have to prove that. I don't think that anyone, when again proving that is a day-to-day task, I don't think anyone is ever going to be beyond being more superior to the point to where they don't have to prove themselves. You have to prove yourself. What makes you more superior? What makes your sense of thinking correct? When a lot of people have been hurt by it. A lot of people have said that they don't like it. A lot of people have said that it's wrong. Even again within truth, with full-fledged all-around truth, it's wrong. The way that y'all do things, the way that y'all act, the way that you treat people, you don't have any people skills, but then you want to have say so over the people. That is wrong. And so, again, this is also about coming together and talking about it. So, I didn't really have a choice. You know, when you see me physically, I didn't really have a choice as to how it played out. But beforehand, because again, not to my knowledge of, nothing harmful majorly has really happened to me here. I think maybe one incident, when you talk about vibrationally. But again, can you stop that stuff? Yes. It's who is having the control spot over that. And so that is to be talked about. But coming together, um, I don't want this to negatively affect any kids. When you say stuff like games and scavenger hunts, I said on a previous video, there is fairy doors in Georgia. So one of the fairy doors is at Phillips Arena in the front. It's a fairy door, so it's very small. And so in the video, I was saying, be careful what you say, because you don't know what you're agreeing to. You don't know what you're agreeing to. You don't know what's going on. And again, just because you say something, like if I say I'm a bunny, yeah, I'm a bunny. I'm not gonna turn into a bunny on the spot, right? But and so again, the different ways in which people tend to toy with things, I'm gonna end up heading back. Um, you know, I don't want to linger in. So if somebody is gonna make that space a space for them, but yeah. So it's just, again, this is something that I don't have a problem with protecting kids. I've been geared to, well, I don't like using the word geared, but I mean, if it's gearing, it's gearing. I've been taught to, I've been raised to not only care about how things affect me, but care about things that affect other people, and be very cautious about how these things play out. And so it's just like, um, if you're going to, I'm sorry, I was looking at something because there's other people in this parking lot. So, if you're gonna do something for the betterment of the people, let it be real, let it be true, in and out, all around, through and through, back and forth, up and down. It takes hard work. Never been lazy. Always been self-accountable. Never been someone to cause a problem. And I get how people can be inserted into things. I get how people can be confused. I get how people can be sick. I get how people can be misrepresented. I get how people can be misled. When are we going to unpack the problems and be true with ourselves and true with each other? That's the problem. And so it's like, y'all can't keep blaming the kids, and don't keep hitting them. Don't. Even if you have a sensation, a feeling that is pushing you, trying to push you beyond this point, because again, there's a difference between trying and actually pushing you. It's like if I'm playing behind you, like I'm trying to push you, and then I'm full force trying to push you. There's a there's a big difference. Same thing with pulling. There's a big difference. And so, um, again, this is the next day, just to mention, because I know I got on the same outfit. This is the second day I wore this outfit, so just so you know. Um, so it's just like, if we're gonna do better, we have to do better. We can't keep utilizing y'all excuses. You need to detach in more than one way, and you cannot consume everything on the earth. The earth has to be sustainable for everyone. Population is going to keep growing, if not here, somewhere else, and we can't just you know, let things go extinct, you know. And so, um, but yeah, that's the end of my video for now. If anyone who wants to talk to me, they want to reach out. I'm trying to give everyone their respect and respect their boundaries, but my boundaries are not being respected. And not only that, if my safety is an issue, I don't want to make anyone else's safety an issue on any level, in any way, shape, or form. I was not raised that way. And so, but I was also raised to not be gullible and to do what I need to do to protect me and keep me safe. And again, you can't say, oh, I have control over, or I have say so over this division, that division, or I know what happens with this and this and that, or I have access to this and this and that, and then you don't do your job. If you're not doing your job, why are you not? Or if you're not doing it correctly, why are you not? Again, everyone has to be held accountable. And so, um, but yeah, y'all, so y'all be safe. For the ones that need it, get therapy. Well, even when you think you don't need it, even when you're at your happiest. I said it on a previous video. Sometimes there's still nothing wrong with going ahead and getting that therapy. But again, that's not therapy if the therapist is just doing it for the money. Everything can't be about money, 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 or their own selfish gain. Y'all need to figure out who is a real therapist and who isn't. And I'm calling it, because even that can become a major, major problem. Y'all need to fix it. All right. Bye, y'all. Oh, I've been told to note the fact that I'm a 90s baby, y'all. Late 90s baby. All right. Bye, y'all.